Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Chidi Fondo of Snowspirations, Global Health Solutions. Thank you so much and welcome to today's clinic. Today is Thursday, the 29th day of July, 2021. In 2 days' time, we are going to wrap the month of July. July has been an amazing month. July has been joyous. July has been more of jubilee, especially in our group. We've had so many testimonies. We've been blessed by quadruplets. We've been blessed by triplets. We've had twins. We've had so many amazing blessings in our group. Now, this is me just thanking you for sticking with me, for all your support, for showing up. You see, time is the biggest asset you can have. So for you to give me your time and for you to actually listen to my message, I truly appreciate that. In next 30 minutes, I will open the clinic and you will have opportunity to get feedbacks from me. It's going to be open clinic, so it will give you an opportunity to ask questions and get feedbacks. So please, when you come in, confirm you can see me, confirm you can hear me, follow the admin, then as soon as possible, start asking your questions. Remember, you can participate in this open clinic. It's completely free. You can participate through our YouTube. You go to Snowspirations channel, then you can participate. You can ask all your questions. You can also participate in my private timeline. Now, if you're a member of our group, and if you're also in our page, you can also participate. So thank you so much and welcome to today's clinic. I'm going to quickly open the clinic and I will keep providing you feedbacks. So remember to focus on the admin. So admin is going to guide you. If you need to subscribe, if you need to ask questions, if you need to get feedbacks, if you need help, majority of our members are having infertility problems. Now, infertility is temporal. Infertility is not permanent. It's my earnest belief that by the grace of God, if we can pray, if we can play, and if we can practice, we can all defeat infertility. So this afternoon, if your major problem is on infertility, if you need to know the steps, if there are questions you've been wanting to ask, if there are some gray areas in your life which you don't understand, you are better asking than assuming. There are no room for assumption in health. When you assume, you can make mistakes, and when you make mistakes, you can have a problem we could have easily avoided. So the clinic is going to open now, and I'm going to start providing you feedbacks. So let me quickly go down and look at the questions. So once you come in, as you're settling in, please start asking your questions, okay? We have 30 minutes. It's open clinic. So I'm just going to be providing you feedbacks, okay? So thank you for coming. I appreciate you, and I just want to help. Helping is the reason why I'm showing up. If you haven't joined our group, follow my amazing team. They will guide you. All you need to do is to click on the link. Now, when you have joined, please tell your friends about this group. We are free. We are always available. We are here to help. The major aim of showing up is to help you to achieve your objectives. But this afternoon, let's quickly talk. Go ahead and ask your questions, and I'll provide you feedbacks in next 30 minutes. Okay? Guys, ask questions. Yeah, thank you, Tina, for coming. I appreciate you guys too. So thank you so much. Beautiful weather today. Today, matter of fact, it's one of the best weather. It's breezy. It's not too sunny. It's just right there. This is a good weather to go for a walk. I hope you're prioritizing your lifestyle. I hope you're watching what you eat. I hope you're exercising. I hope you're sleeping. You can avoid all this stuff I mentioned. This is how to get results. Okay, guys, please ask your question. Clinic is open. It's open clinic. I have a topic today, but tomorrow, definitely I will have a topic and we can discuss the topic and I can provide you feedbacks. But right now, it's open clinic. Please ask your questions. Okay, so before I start tackling the questions, I can't see any questions yet. I hope you understand how your body works as a woman. So every woman in attendance today should be conversant with their cycle. You see, your cycle will determine how soon you will become pregnant. Your cycle can give you an indication of abnormalities. Your cycle can determine how soon you will achieve your motherhood status. Now, let me explain. Your cycle is the interval between your two bleeding days. So the interval in June, when you bled in June, and when you have bled in July, the difference is your cycle. The normal cycle is from 21 days to 35 days. So if you bleed every 21 days and it's constant, sometimes it can be 22, sometimes it can be 23. When you find the average of 21, 22, and 23, it's still the same thing. If you bleed every 35 days or 34 or 33, when you find the average of 35, 34, and 33, it will still give you the same. You have a regular cycle. Now, when you have your cycle and you know it's regular, you can plot when you will likely ovulate. Ovulation is simply the process of releasing the eggs, which you already have. So during ovulation, which is an event that will happen only once in your cycle. So within this period of 21 days or 35 days, there is a particular day that the eggs, which you already have, which are sleeping, you will release one of them. The process of releasing that egg is simply what ovulation is all about. Now, when you release the egg, it's expected that two things will happen. If you are believing God to be a mother, and when you release this egg, there was availability of sperm in your vagina, of fresh sperm. That sperm is going to swim through the vagina, pass through the cervix, get into the womb, then begin to go to the toe. There is a special place in the toe called the ampulla. By the time the eggs gets to the ampulla, and by the time the sperm gets to the ampulla, both of them will unite. The process of uniting the egg and the sperm is fertilization. Now, during ejaculation, a man will have so many sperm released, millions of sperm, but only one will succeed in meeting the egg. Now, this is the pathway to pregnancy. Unfortunately, in some women, they might release egg, but there is no sperm to fertilize the egg. If the egg is released, if there is no sperm to fertilize the egg would disintegrate within a period of about 24 to 48 hours. Once the egg is done, part of your bleeding will be part of the egg that got disintegrated. Now, what leads to bleeding? Your womb is already preparing for a baby, even before you become pregnant. The cover of your womb is called the endometrium. This is a very important component in becoming pregnant. So that endometrium is maintained by two hormones, progesterone and estrogen. So before you become pregnant, the cover of your womb will start laying foundation, just like someone that is building a house. Now, by the time the endometrium is thick enough, when fertilization happens in the tube, there will be downward movement of that fertilized egg into the womb to implant in the endometrium. Now, for you to succeed in becoming pregnant, you have to have adequate thickness of the cover of your womb. When the thickness of the endometrium is adequate enough, you will become pregnant. The baby will be developing. The baby will pass through first trimester, second trimester, and third trimester. At the end of the third trimester, which should end about 42 weeks, so an average pregnancy will last maximum of 42 weeks. Once it gets to 42 weeks, we have to deliver you. Now, in the event that the egg was released and it was not fertilized, it's going to pass through your body as bleeding. When there is no pregnancy in the womb, the cover of your womb will disintegrate. This is what you pass out as part of your bleeding. So conventionally, some women can bleed, but they are not ovulating. And some women can ovulate, but they are not bleeding. This is what happens in a woman that recently have a baby. So the fact you are not bleeding when you are a new mother doesn't mean you are not ovulating. You can become pregnant even before your period returns. Now, the fact you are bleeding doesn't mean you ovulate. And for you to become pregnant, you must ovulate. Very important component. Very, very important. So if you don't know how to calculate your ovulation, admin is going to share the article. What you need to do is to chill. Unfortunately, some of us are in a hurry. Just relax. Just take a moment and check. Get a diary. Record it in your phone. Track when you bleed. If you can find the pattern, then you can know when you likely have an ability to become pregnant. Now, what we preach in our group is just generally making love. So long as you're not bleeding, keep on making love, at least 48 hourly. When you have said your prayer, you make love 48 hourly. Then when you have done that, make sure you have a fertility specialist. A fertility specialist will help you figure out why you're not able to become pregnant. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see what we have. Please keep asking your questions. Thank you, Dr. Ndiche, for also providing backups. And Dr. Ndiche will also run her clinic later today. So make sure you join her. The clinic is going to be by 1 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay? Sorry, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, by 1 p.m. All right. Guys, let's see what we have. Ask your questions, okay? All right. Very good weather today. I love this weather today. All right, let's see what we have. If you have questions, please ask, and I will provide you feedback. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay. You've been having pain in one side of your breast for some time now. The pain can take days, and there is no lump. Now, thankfully, not all pain in the breast should freak you out. So it's possible you have inflammation. It's possible you have infection. It's even possible it's just hormonal changes. Now, there are moments in a woman's cycle when she will feel heaviness and even pain. So when your partner is making love to you, if you are ovulating, you will notice heaviness in your breast. If you are bleeding, you will notice heaviness in your breast. If you are pregnant, you will notice heaviness in your breast. It's completely okay. It's a normal hormonal changes in your body. It's an indication that you're doing just fine. Now, pain is always a signal that something is wrong. Now, there is no way for us to know the cause of the pain if we don't investigate. So if you have been having this pain, and it's not a pain you have been having all this while, it's a new pain, then please go and see your gynecologist. Pain is a non-specific sign. So this pain can mean inflammation, this pain can mean infection, this pain can mean allergy, this pain can mean hormonal changes. Until we've gone to find out what the pain is, we cannot guess. So what you need to do, take your painkillers. The safest painkiller to take is your paracetamol. So take your paracetamol, you can take it without eating or eating. But if you are taking any other painkiller called NSAIDs, please make sure you eat. You don't want to take any NSAIDs on empty tummy. It's not good. It can cause a lot of complications. Okay, so my sister, if this pain has been there, pop your paracetamol. If it persists, go and see a gynecologist. Now, the fact you don't have lump, it's possible you might not know how to check your breast. Every woman is encouraged to know how to do breast self-examination. You see, nothing happens overnight. Lately, we've noticed an increase in breast cancer. Most of breast cancers out there are preventable if it's detected on time. So you have to make it a point of duty to practice preventive health. Get very friendly with your body. Know when there are abnormalities. Begin to seek help on time. Okay, so guys, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so I'm going to search for other questions. Remember, if you need help, you can get help. You can come in for 1 week, you can come in for 1 month, you can come in for 3 months, you can come in for 6 months. Now, I want to use this opportunity to make something clear. You see, I love to help, okay? But I think I'm entitled to my own privacy. So please come into my timeline and say to the whole world you've been sending me messages. Sending messages is completely not acceptable. If you want my help, if you want me to consult with you, follow the admin. a lady came to my timeline, my private timeline, and she was announcing to the whole world that she sent me a message in 2019 and I haven't responded. I think that's completely not good. Okay, so if you need help, I can help you, but please follow the process, okay? All right, let's continue, guys. Okay, please, if you have questions to ask, I have about 14 minutes. I have ample time. Okay, let's see. What are your questions? Okay. Please stop sharing your lab results openly. It can be very deceptive. Okay, so this lady is asking about her prolactin level. So here's the deal. Depending on the lab you use, depending on the reference rate, I want to teach you guys something. You see, you can participate in your own management. Anytime they send you to lab, please request your own reports. You pay for it. Nobody should keep your lab results in your hospital folder. No, request a copy. Now, if you get your own copy, I want you to pay attention. I want you to participate in your own management. Now, there are two numbers in the bracket. For any lab results, you have a range. So let's use, for example, this prolactin level. If you pay attention to that particular report, you will see where they put a bracket. So let's use, for example, 10 to 34. If your report, like in your own case, is 24.5, right? Now, if you check that range, if the range they gave you is 10 to 34, and your result is 24, 24 is between 10 to 34. So it means it's normal. Now, assuming your range is 10 to 20, and you have 24.5, 24.5 is higher than 20, so it's high. Now, the problem we have with prolactin is the fact that if you are not pregnant, if you are not breastfeeding, and your prolactin level is high, it can disrupt your normal functioning of your body. You might not ovulate, and when you don't ovulate, you can become pregnant. Thankfully, if your prolactin level is high, and we've taken the blood sample, and we discovered it's high, we can give you some medications that can correct that. The same thing is applicable to all the other important hormones. So when your estrogen level is high or low, that's a problem. We need to fix it. When your progesterone level is low, especially, you might have a problem with miscarriage because your progesterone level is pregnancy maintaining hormone. So when your progesterone level is low, the possibility you're going to have miscarriage is very high. The same thing is applicable to your thyroid hormones. Your thyroid hormones can also play a role in your reproduction. So we want all the hormones to be within normal range. There is a particular hormone that regulates your ability to make love. It's called testosterone. So if you notice, we are the love-making group. We encourage people to make love every 48 hours, right? Now, if you're not living a healthy lifestyle, if you're eating the wrong food, if you're not exercising, if you're stressing, if you're not sleeping, the possibility you will have low level of testosterone is high. When your testosterone level is low, you will not have enough libido. Libido means you will not have enough interest to make love. Meanwhile, you are supposed to make love. The fastest and the cheapest way to achieve pregnancy is love making. There is no other best way to achieve pregnancy apart from love making, especially if you're younger than 35. So any woman at any time can achieve pregnancy, regardless, so long as you're doing the right things. Okay? Let's continue. Keep asking your questions, please. If your questions are not answered, you can ask again. Dr. Ndichie can also attend to you while I'm searching for the questions. So let's continue, okay? Let's see what we have. 10 more minutes. Okay, so relax, ask your questions. I'm going to attend to you. If you need help, over the weekend, we were so blessed to have a very caring, loving, conscientious, verified, evidence-based IVF provider. Is in Lagos. There are so many of our members that need help. There are so many people that will become mothers in 2022 simply by going to the right place. The major reason why you're not getting results is because you're not going to the right place. Be careful. There are so many people that recently started claiming they are doing IVF. So many of them are out there. Be careful. Don't go to a place that will take your money and nobody will explain anything to you. Be careful. If you have to go for IVF, you need to go to a place that at least we can track, at least we can keep the person accountable. You guys saw him. Very nice guy, very user-friendly, very, very prayerful, a Christian. Our duty is to connect you to where you can get help. This is July. Please, you can still become pregnant in 2021. Please, do the right things. If you need help, if you need to get the help you need in regards to going for IVF, tell the admin. We have a PDF, then we cannot refer you, but we can refer you if you're not a member of our subscription. The reason why you have to subscribe is because I need to know who you are. I need to know your medical history. I need to tell the other doctor everything about you, so that way we can manage you together. That's why you need to subscribe, okay? Ordinarily, every other thing is free, okay? So guys, let's see what we have. Ask your questions, please. Okay? Okay, this one. Okay. At 53, I'm going to use this one to teach. At 53, what is your chance of getting pregnant? You have a chance, okay? But here is your reality. My sister, at 53, the first thing we have to do is to confirm that you can still become pregnant naturally. Now, conventionally, if we go by medical practice, at 53, the likelihood you have gone into menopause is high. When you go into menopause, you have used all your eggs, the eggs that God gave you, so you can use to have your own family, right? Now, 53, the possibility you have gone into menopause is high. Remember, it's a possibility. It doesn't mean you have. Now, what you need to do, my sister, apart from praying, apart from claiming, apart from singing amen, you need to register immediately. We need to connect you and your partner to a fertility specialist. When we connect you and your partner to a fertility specialist, there is just one test I want you to do for me. Your ovarian reserve test. Your ovarian reserve test will check your FSH and your AMH. Your follicular stimulating hormone is a hormone that will indicate to us if you still have good fertility. When we check your follicular stimulating hormone, if your follicular stimulating hormone is sustainably high, and when we check your AMH, anti-Mullerian hormone, if it's sustainably very low, then the likelihood you are no longer able to become pregnant with your own egg is very high. Now, there is another thing I want to check. Are you still bleeding? If you have stopped bleeding for the past 12 months and you are experiencing dry vagina and you are experiencing hot flushes and you are experiencing low libido, that means you are no longer interested in making love and you have led for 12 months, you have gone into menopause. So here is your chance of becoming pregnant, my sister. Despite the fact you have gone into menopause, you can still become pregnant with the help of donor eggs. So you can present a fertility specialist. We look for a younger lady who is in good health, who has good eggs, who doesn't have any chronic medical condition. Then we can use her eggs, and we can use your partner's sperm. If your partner's sperm is good, to get you pregnant. So if you have good parameters, so what are the good parameters? If the cover of your womb is still adequate, if you don't have any deformity, if you can still carry your baby, you can become pregnant at 53 with donor egg. Now, this is your best chance right there. Now, for you to become pregnant with donor egg, you have to go for life. Now, in the event, for some reason, you are not able to become pregnant by yourself, you can go for surrogacy. In surrogacy, what happens? We are going to look for another lady who should be young, who should be free of disease. Then we are going to use her as a donor. The only thing we require from her is her womb. So that lady will now be the person that will carry your baby. Do you understand my flow? Now, there is another way you can also become a mother. It's called adoption. So, number one, you may still be able to become pregnant. We've seen women that became pregnant at age 51. And it's rare, and you can. So long as you have eggs and your partner has good sperm, you can become pregnant. But your best chance of becoming pregnant at age 53 is to go for donor eggs. And while you're doing this, you go for surrogacy. And while you're doing this, you go for adoption. Now, my sister, This is your reality. And I'm going to keep it real. Very simple. If you don't take actions besides your praying, you can be a good Christian. You can go to heaven. You can be the happiest person, but you're not going to become a mother. The only thing you can do for yourself to stop your misery is to step up. So you go for donor egg, you go and adopt, you go for surrogacy. This is your best chance of becoming a mother in 2022. And remember, it takes 9 months to become pregnant and have a baby, right? So you can become pregnant and you can by this time next year be a mother. You can go for surrogacy and by this time next year you can be a mother. Now, the beautiful thing about women that will become pregnant at later age, from 35 above, you have the possibility of having twins. You have the possibility of having triplets. You have the possibility of having quadruplets. So in as much as your fertility is reducing as you are getting older, you have a higher chance of having twins, of having triplets, of having quadruplets. Now, there are ways you can have triplets, quadruplets, and twins. 2 ways. You can have them naturally, or you can have them through assisted reproductive technique. So we can decide to transfer more than one embryo in your womb, or we can decide to transfer more than one embryo in the surrogate, and you can have twins, you can have triplets. So you can have your boys, you can have your girls. It is possible. Impossibility doesn't exist in our group. But guess what? If you keep doing what you have been doing all this while, all these years, and you repeat them again in 2021, you are going to end up in 2022 the same. The only thing that will bring meaningful difference, the only thing that will change your status, the only thing that will make you a mother in 2022 is not it's not claiming, it's not hopeful wishes, it's action. When you have prayed, you make love. When you have made love, you seek help. This is the only way you can become pregnant. If you want, go and be a born-again Christian. If you want, say all the million amens there. If you want, go and claim all the victories, all the babies all over the place. If you don't step up from your comfort zone, if you don't take action, you will not become. Action is the tiebreaker. So when you see the women in our group who will share their story, when you see that lady yesterday, after 14 years, and she had 2 boys, when you see that lady after 12 years, and she had 4 babies, they took actions. They had failed IVF. One particular woman had 5 failed IVF. At the 6th one, she became pregnant. So take actions. Don't just show up and want to be like other people, or you complain. Like the lady that was complaining this morning. Let me even tell you her problems. She's already had 3 girls. Her problem is the 4th baby to be a boy. And she was sending me messages in 2019, which is wrong. My people, I can help you, but you can't do the wrong things and expect the right answers. It doesn't make sense. Let's follow the process. If you need help, follow me. We will help you. I am gonna help everybody that needs help. And it doesn't matter where you live. If you live in America, you can go back to Nigeria. If you live in Canada, you can go back to Nigeria. If you live in Australia, we can help you, regardless of your age. Yes, we can. You can become a mother, regardless of your age. Okay? 1 more minute, then I'm done. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you for coming. Remember to join Dr. Ndiche. So I'm going to look for 1 more question. I'll use it to teach. Then we'll wrap up for my clinic today. Join me tomorrow. You don't want to miss my 40s Fridays. Very, very interesting clinic. You know, a special clinic for women in their 40s. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking for just 1 more question. I'll provide you feedbacks, then I go for my walk. Hold on, it's gonna come. The questions are trying to hide. Okay, let me wrap up with this. It's been a recurring question. Now, someone is asking about the range of amount for IVF. Unfortunately, fertility treatment is expensive globally. Let me give you an example, my sister. In America here, right? If you are planning to go for IVF, you have to have at least $10,000 untouched. $10,000. Now multiply $10,000. I think dollar it's going for 20 naira, right? Crazy, right? Crazy times we are living in. Now multiply $500. Sorry, multiply $10,000 by 500 naira. That's what you need as standard to go for IVF. Most insurances are not going to cover it. Now, the good news, in Nigeria, you can still get the same services, but relatively cheaper. Now, talking about range, if you are going for IVF, there are different types of IVF, right? Now, if you're going for IVF, relatively, you should be needing about 1 million up. 1 million up. And depending on the type you're doing, depending on how you respond, depending on the number of drugs they're giving you, depending on the outcome, you might get 1.5. Some people can get to 2 million. Now, there are different types of IVF, and your medical history and your age and your body will determine how soon you will respond. So if you are believing God to be a mother, even when IVF is your only option, don't give up. I personally believe that when you give to the society, when you care for people, when you show love, you will never lack love. If you have been a good lady, if you have been caring for people, if you have been sowing into the society, if you have been giving to your church, there is somebody out there that God will help you to become a mother. I don't believe that money should stop us from becoming parents. There is somebody ready to help you. So think about borrowing. Think about asking your church. Think about asking your parents. Think about asking your siblings. Think about asking your organization. There are so many places you can raise money. And since I started this practice, I have never seen anybody that used their baby as collateral. You can use your house as collateral. You can use your car as collateral. They can seize your house. They can seize your car. But nobody can seize your babies. Matter of fact, I have seen people that forgot about the debt they were owed, and they became the godparents of the people they loaned money. So keep on loving, keep on caring for people. There are so many angels in this group. There are so many women that have powered other women to become pregnant and become mothers, even when they themselves don't become pregnant. A particular lady has sponsored not less than, let me not lie to you, a particular lady in this group has sponsored not less than 200 women, and she's still believing to be a mother. Every single month, she sponsors 10 women, 10, even with her own infertility. Now, are you telling me God is not going to bless her? So, my people, let's end this infertility once and for all. Prioritize. Listen to me. Let's communicate. Follow my instructions. Pray. You see, I fly my color anytime I have an opportunity. Pray, play, practice, believe God, trust God. Call your babies forth. Mention their names. Decorate their rooms. When you are eating, address your babies. Call them by name. They will become. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Join Dr. Nietzsche in a few minutes, and Dr. Nietzsche will teach on cervical stenosis. Very, very important. If anything happens to your cervix, it can affect your ability to become pregnant. If you have incompetent cervix, it can affect your ability to retain your pregnancy and become a mother. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until I see you, God bless you and bye-bye.